We'll be starting in just a minute, folks. So sorry about that. Just wanted to calm my dogs down. They're just going crazy this morning. All right. There we go. Perfect. Good morning, everybody, and happy Monday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Let's get this party started. I think I'm sharing my screen. Yes, I am. Let me just refresh this. There we go. Okay. All right. Perfect. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Richard, George, Timothy, Flying Ronin, William. Good morning. Eduardo, Harold, Ruth, Steve, Anukumar, Kurt, Javad, Lloyd, John. The bat mitzvah was fantastic. John, thank you for asking. And you could see Clyde. This is me and Clyde today. We're exhausted. we're we're in nap mode, and it's really great that it's Monday. For me, Mondays are like Fridays. Mondays markets are usually pretty wonky. Let me just turn my light on here. Hey Mia, you gonna hang out with us today? Good, good. Mia is right here next to me. She's hanging out. Dogs are going crazy again, as usual. The party was fantastic. We had relatives and friends from Los Angeles, people I haven't seen in years. It was a lot of fun, and I'm exhausted. I'm just being honest with you. I had too much social interaction this weekend. But thank you for asking, John. It was fantastic. Hey, Pierre DeBrock, good to see you. Graham, we got Jason, we got Wade, we got Dave, we got Charlie, we got Bob, we got Robert, we got Tom, Dave, Kai, John. Hey, Herb, good to see you. Sherman's here. Um, Ivan's here. Wayne, Illinois grain farmer. Russ, Ray, Art, James, Captain Sharp. Hey, Cam, good to see you. I hope you had a nice weekend. I'm pretty sure your weekend was less hectic than mine. Although, you never know with Cam. Minnesota Map, Sergey, Hopium Addict, Mary, Maurice. Hey, Maurice. Jody, Captain Beef is in the house. Mike Afadiez, Bob. Thank you, Bob. Kevin, Don, Mark, Tom, Pete, is it Maurice? Maurice, yes. Happy Monday to you too. Kai, Don, next Jen is here. Dave, just Florida is here. Oh my. Well, good morning from Miami. Nice. I love Miami. I was just talking to my aunt and uncle about going out there. I'm going out there for Christmas. Actually, I'll be there all week. Matt, Bob, Ahmed's, Robert, Diana, Santiago, the Dragon Don is here. John, Dallas, Bob, Randy, Richie. Hey, Richie, Rihanna, Kathleen, Moondog. Thank you, Moondog. I appreciate it. Clyde for Fed chairman. Oh, my. Wait till you see those pictures. You know, the funny thing is, if Clyde was a Fed chair, things would be so peaceful. There would be no monkey business. Everything would work out perfectly. Hi, Sandra. Good to see you. Good morning. Thank you. I'll post some more. Thank you. Those are actually Ferragamo shoes, but very close. Clyde needs a pair of Ferragamo. He needs a pair of Ferragamo. Yeah, I just got a new Ferragamo shoes for the party, and I wore my suit under protest. I did, under protest. Hefe, how are you? Roddy, how are you? Chris, Moondog. Um, see, we got a lot of people here. We'll be starting in just a second. I'm just waiting for the room to fill up and saying hello to everybody. We got Moondog, we got Don, we got Next Gen, we got AG Koopa, we got Brendan, we got Dave, we got Henry, we got Ralph, we got Susan. Hey, Susan. Eagle Beagle is here. Thank you so much for the nice wishes, Eagle Beagle. I really do appreciate it. You're a wonderful guy. Thank you. We are really blessed. We have a truly amazing community of people here. Really nice, caring people. Seth, Jeremiah, Paul, Eduardo, Karen the Shark. Can't have a party without Karen the Shark. Ernest is here. Um, thank you, Yakov. I appreciate it. Mr. Costa Blanca is here. Wayne, Mindy, Jimmy, Bob, Tony, Diamond, Jen, Mike, Kevin, Janet, Dr. Luke, Nestor, Mary, Paul, Kevin, Kirk. We got a lot of people here. Let's see, Kevin, Kirk. We got Becky, Mark, Minnesota, Matt. Clyde will be a yes cat. Oh no, you didn't just say that. David, Walter, uh, Raster, HG. Good morning. Jim, good morning. Ernest, good morning. Naples fan, Greg, CJ. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody had a wonderful, restful weekend. I just need a little rest and I'll be fine. But I got a lot to talk to you guys about today. Don't think the market is waiting for anybody. We got a lot to talk about here. First things first, we're about to begin. Please make sure you're watching at 1080p. Go right here. Make sure you're watching at 1080p. Don't settle for auto. Boost yourself up to 1080. And while you're there, give us one thumbs up. According to Google, it helps our ranking, although I really haven't seen any evidence of it or not. I don't really pay attention, but I appreciate it. Good morning, First U.S. Army. And to show that Cam and Gustavo aren't the only one keeping up. Yeah, no, they're great. And Cam and Gustavo, good morning. Hawkeye, good morning. Let's begin. So Nasdaq is up a little bit. The Dow is flat. In terms of Fed data this week, I just want you guys to know what the big deal is going to be. Good morning, William. The big deal this week is going to be the FOMC announcement. This is going to be what he says about future rate cuts or not. That's going to be the big issue right here. We already know they're going to lower rates a quarter of a point. That's not even a question. That's priced in. This is where is he going to be? Is he going to play the whole? We're going to take it case by case, or things are getting better. Is he going to interpret is he going to lean more towards the employment side, or is he going to lean more towards the inflation side? Um, One thing about Powell, he's gifted in having the ability to speak a lot without really saying a lot. So that really is going to be. Hey, Dylan, good morning. That's really going to be the big deal. Hey, Texas Kirk, William, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good to see everybody here. And then we have PPI on Thursday, okay? That's also going to be a really big report. And then jobless claims. And as we know, jobless claims last time was like 190,000, which was really suspect. And then we have a bunch of delayed reports. But as you can see, we have less and less delayed reports. But the big news this week is going to come out on Wednesday and on Thursday. You've got some speakers on Friday, but honestly, I think after what he says, this isn't going to have that much of an impact, especially that close to the announcement, okay? And folks, before you draw any conclusions of what I think is going to happen, please let me finish because you don't know exactly what I'm thinking and what I'm seeing. So it's really important to let me finish and don't think you see the whole picture. Look at how many tabs are open. I spent half an hour doing this for you. It takes me very quickly, but I do it pretty quickly. Bond market. Folks, this is really, really bad. The bond market is breaking below this level right here. Now, it looks like it wants to hold on for now. But we do have more rate cuts. But I don't know if we're going to have more rate cuts after this one. That's the problem. Stefan says, doesn't that mean the economy isn't bad, although it already is? Let's not get into do we want more rate cuts or not. That's not really how it works. It's more perception and market moving. But this is not good. And remember, this is not driven by the Fed. This is driven by market. And this is telling us that the future. So based on what you're saying right now, Stefan, this is actually telling us that we're not going to have future rate cuts. That we're looking less and less probable that we're going to have So just FYI, I don't know about filling the gap. The gap, well, it's got a couple of gaps. It's got a gap here too, but it filled this gap, but now it has this gap. That's not really what gets me. What gets me is this neckline and the fact that we're below this neckline right now. I want you guys to understand something. Anybody who bought the TLT, anybody who bought the long bond from January 1st till now is losing money. See this? This is the year-to-date VWAP. We're crossing it right now. So this is really bad. This is not a good. So this doesn't reflect on the current rate environment. It reflects on the future rate environment. Remember, this is the long bond. Now you're probably thinking, well, Roger, 20 years plus, what do I care? I mean, that's a long time from now. Well, the 5 year, anything over 5 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, 30 year, their correlation is going to be about 98%. They're all looking like this. And I don't like this, but this doesn't talk about the immediate rate cut. This talks about what people think will happen in the future. One thing this doesn't do, this isn't good for your interest rates. This isn't good for your home mortgage, adjustable auto loans, any a credit card debt. This pushes rates higher. This is yield increasing, bonds going lower. Okay, so thank you, Keith. I appreciate that. So this is a problem. This is a big problem, and not stock market problem. This is the economy. Okay, this is the economy. Gold market. Gold is flat, like flatter than a pancake. I guess gold is waiting for the U.S. dollar. If you notice right here, U.S. dollar is just kind of coming off a little bit. Gold is doing it nothing. It's waiting for the catalyst. I'm assuming it's waiting for the 10th, but morning Wesley. But we got to be really cautious here. Now we are at the 8-day EMA, but there's just simply no volatility and no movement. This is like holiday trading action for gold. This isn't typical at all. So I would be very, very cautious right now with the gold market. It's going to make a move. We don't know where. Theoretically, it should be higher because we're defending the 8-day EMA, but I would be cautious, and my suggestion would be not to touch gold till this is clarified, because we have no clarity right now whatsoever. U.S. dollar again, and I keep drawing this, and here we're below the year-to-date VWAP, so the U.S. dollar is below market value, and you've got this descending triangle here. That doesn't really lend itself well for the US dollar because it's a descending triangle. Now, you do have this support here. You have the 100-day and you're at the 50-day right now. But I would be very cautious if we start breaking down. This will weaken the US dollar, which will actually give gold a little bit of a boost, which I think we desperately need. And very low volume, very, very low volume. The rest, just like the stock market, we've had very low volume last week, very low volume. As a matter of fact, when you have low volume as you're making swing highs in a market, and we'll get into that when we talk about the stock market, but pretty much what you're seeing in the gold market right now is what you're seeing in the stock market. Okay? I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's a couple of red flags that are not looking pretty. I'm going to tell you straight up. So this is the US dollar. The US dollar is in consolidation mode, which brings crude oil and gold into consolidation mode too. You could see crude oil's not really doing anything. I don't want to say this is a breakout of this channel because this bar is so nasty already. I just feel like, as I told you before, I think this is just going to come out and then come right back into this channel. So I'm expecting crude oil to come back into this channel right here, okay? Unless the US dollar really takes a dump. If the US dollar really takes a dump, and I'm not really seeing it, there's a lot of support here. I think we're just going to come around here. Because remember, if the US dollar gets cheaper, it gives a boost to energy prices and gold. So, but right now, this doesn't look like anything. This looks like just confusion. Good morning, everybody. For everybody coming in here, good morning. Real quick, I will be talking in the VIP room about all of my strategies today. And I'm going to give you my top stocks and we'll talk options, okay? It's going to be a fantastic session. You really don't want to miss out. And here is Customer Service Live. The Cam and Gustavo show. I don't know what Goose and Cam are going to have for you guys today, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be fantastic. If you guys want to tell us what you guys have on the agenda, please let us know. Okay. So crude oil. I mean, yeah, you can argue. You can argue that it's building a new channel here. You could, and it's moving out of this trend. You can say that, but honestly, this is too strong of a trend, and this is too weak of a move. And the year-to-date VWAP is really holding on well. See why I use these VWAPs? They actually work really, really well. And we're right now at the quarter-date VWAP already, so we couldn't go above the year-to-date VWAP. It couldn't sustain. Look at this. Every time it comes up to this level, it breaks down. That's the year-to-date VWAP right here. And folks, soon we're going to have to change that level. As you know, we're going to have to add the new level for New Year. And this is the last option expirations. That's what we use the VWAPs for, okay? Oh, so much, Moondog. So much. I can't even begin to tell you. Oh, that is beautiful. Very nice, Cam. Very, very. That's a great, folks. You don't want to miss that session today that Cam's going to have. Often it morphs into a broader trading range. Exactly, Hef. It sure does. So I'm not really seeing a major and volume's good. Volume is good here, but I'm not really seeing price action. So, the fact that this is still in downtrend, the fact that we're still at the 50-day moving average, for this to really move, I'd like to see this above the 200 right here, and I'm not seeing any of that right now. We would need a catalyst for that. Oh, very nice, very nice. That's fantastic, Cam. That's fantastic. Great session. Highly recommend you guys make it. I posted the link above, and here it is again. There it is. Also, if you guys are not on my Telegram channel, you're really missing the boat. Here's the free Telegram channel. That's where I post all the good stuff. Nice, very nice. Good, 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 good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically higher lows. Yeah. So I'm not really buying this whole thing in crude oil. Not till we get above the 200. So basically gold consolidating with a wait and see pattern. And again, I know a lot of folks think this is a downtrend, but this is actually pretty bullish because we're still holding on. Volume I don't like. US dollar in a descending triangle looks like it wants to break down, but in light of this price action right here, I think we're going to just hold off for a while. And crude oil is just above the 50-day line right here and holding. So I'm not really seeing anything crazy with commodities. Good morning, Leo. Hey, Tim. How are you? All right, China. What about China? Do we got anything from China? No, China's back into this thing. So it looks to me like gold, US dollar, crude oil, China, just kind of sitting and waiting. Everybody's waiting, and I think that we all know what they're waiting for. We're all waiting for the FOMC announcement. I think this is going to be really important. Also, China is holding still a big gold position, and with China not doing anything, it leads to more uncertainty in the gold market as well. And again, what I'm doing right now is trying to kind of give you the bigger picture before we get into the stock market. Okay, Bitcoin. What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin still has the symmetrical triangle. It hasn't been able to break out, and we're right at this level now. I don't have volume here. I should probably put volume, but we don't have volume here. This would be a nearby contract anyway. The point is, I would assume we're going to continue till Wednesday. We're going to continue building this channel, which is just going to get deeper and deeper here. And that's based on the fact that crude oil doesn't have much volume and volatility. US dollar's dead. Gold is dead. China is pretty dead. I mean, look at this. We just continue staying in this channel. And Bitcoin, symmetrical. Roger, which way is it going to break out? Well, technically down to the downside. Technically. Look at this trend. We have a much longer downtrend. We're below the year-to-date VWAP. We're below all the trend lines, and we're below these two moving averages. And when we tried to see a V recovery, it stalled out. So as of right now, I'm leaning towards more of a continuation to the downside. But again, we don't know what the Fed is going to say Wednesday, and it may be a big surprise. But the point right now is I would probably be doing iron condors between now and Wednesday. I would be selling premium on Bitcoin waiting for Wednesday. All right, let me give you a link to this. These are all the earnings and giving us more opportunity for time spreads. These are more earnings stocks that are coming out. Let me give you a link to this. Volume is low. Thank you, Hefe. Yeah, I figured it's slow across the board. Hefe says based on ETF volume for Bitcoin volume. Yeah, yeah. It feels low. Usually when you're in a triangle like this, volume is going to be lower. And again, look at US dollar. Pinched. Gold, nothing. Crude oil, very little. China, almost nothing. Bitcoin, consolidation. Global markets are waiting for directional bias. Global markets are waiting for directional bias, folks. Okay, no question. No question about that. What happened? Oh, my thing didn't get highlighted today. Oh, that's too bad. All right, not a big deal. All right, let me give you this doc. All right, and let me post it for you on. Let me post it for you here. These are earnings. I'm posting it in the Telegram channel, okay? The free Telegram channel. And if you're not in the free Telegram channel, here's the link for the free Telegram channel. Yep, everybody's waiting on Chairman Powell. That's right. For the next move surrounding tariffs, SCOTUS ruling likely unfavorable. Oh yeah, yeah. Following by counter move by administration. Hefe, I don't like to anticipate that far in advance, but what you're saying you may not be off at all. Let's put it that way. You may be 100% but that decision by Supreme Court is not favoring, and I told you guys that a long time ago. So you've got a couple of big ones. You got Adobe, Oracle, Costco, which hasn't been doing great, and AVGO, which has been doing really good. Remember, this is chips. This is these are very influential techs right here. This is chips, so it has very strong influence. And these two are very big on this is software and this is networking. Okay, you guys have it now. Oh, me too, Stefan. He gives me anxiety. He gives me the juju. Okay, let's talk about the stock market now. Are you guys ready? I've got some bad news for you guys. I've got some really bad news. Here's the bad news. The put to call ratio. It continuously is going to overextended market. I can't imagine. I'm showing people like the most important thing they're going to see today, and we only have 600 people in the room. I'm going to have to post this. Folks, this is the put to call ratio. This is telling us if price is overextended or not. I'm going to show you how this works, okay? I'm going to post it for you. So let me show you something. When price gets here, that means there's too much fear in the market. This is a breakdown. This is COVID right here. This is too much fear. Not COVID. I mean, I could show you COVID. It's back there, but here where's COVID? COVID is back here. Yeah. But you could see here, this is anytime the market fears, this is fear. Anytime the market gets too greedy, we come up over here. Now, I want to show you guys something. This is 5 years, okay? Pay attention. Thank you, Ed. I appreciate it. Now, pay attention. Pay attention. Yeah, that's right, Rick. This is the 5 year. How many times do you see it go below this pink line, which is crooked? Hold on. Okay, let me put it right here at the bottom. How many times in the last 5 years? Let's go 5 years. That's 5 years. How many times do you see it below here in the last 5 years? Here. See the problem? We're at 70 right now. We're at 70 right now. This is not a good level to be in. This is not a good level to be in. Let me show you 1 year. This is this year to date. Look how often we come here. Do you see the problem? I'm going to post this right now. Now, here, there's a couple of problems here. Let me just post this real quick. Here. This may be the most important thing you see today. Pay attention. If you don't know what it means, you're not attending the morning show, and you should be. A little pressure there. Okay. So this tells us that call buyers are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Okay. This is telling us that call buyers are getting ahead of themselves. Now, let me show you what I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is this is some of the lowest ratings we've seen this year, as you could see. You can also see every time we come here, we bounce back up. This is this is bullish. This is bear. Up is bearish. Down is bullish. Okay. This is too much. Too much. Too many bull. Too many. Too much bullishness. Too much bullishness here. On low volume. On low volume. Look, for example, look, this is the SPY. I just want to kind of go a little forward. I'm jumping a little forward right now. Look at the volume. And we can't get above this area. And we have low volume. But here's the thing. On 11/28, we came here, and now we're here again a week later. That's not good. That because we never went from here to here. We just went kind of from here to here and then back down. That's telling us we have persistence over, we're persistently overbought. Okay? In a big capital letters to your put to call, too bearish, too bullish. Okay, I could do that. Here. Okay. Too too bullish, too too bearish here. I'll put in a little A here. Okay, too bullish, too bearish here. Okay. Sorry, I don't have like a writing pen. I have to do it with my mouse, so I apologize. So I don't like this. This is not good. This is a big fat red flag. But Roger, it's just technical. No, no, this is a really big red flag. Look how often this happens. That's a big red flag. Okay. You want to see another big red flag? Let me show you another big red flag. Hold on. 1 second. Let me show you another big red flag. This is important stuff we're talking about. And you're not going to see this anywhere else today. Nobody's going to show you this except me, unless they're copying me. I warned you about this last week. I don't think anybody paid attention to what I said, but here we are. Now, I want to show you this. This is utilities. This is utilities going back 10 years. Look at where we're at. Now, remember something. Utilities are defensive, right? Utilities go down when stocks are doing really, really well, and utilities do really, really good when stocks do poorly. Okay. Utilities are overextended to the downside, while the stock market is overextended to the upside. And don't worry, this isn't important. I mean, it's only one of the lowest readings in the last 10 years. I mean, why would you pay attention to it anyway, right? I mean, we've only been here in the last 10 years once, twice, three, four, 5 times. We come here every 2 years. I wouldn't worry about it. It's probably nothing. Yeah, this put the call ratio. This is going back this year, one of the lowest readings this year. It's probably nothing. The fact that the bond market is breaking down the 200-day line, nah, it's probably nothing. No, it's probably something. This is really important. This is really, really important. And this is really, really important. Okay. You want me to post this? Okay. All right. I'll post it just for you. Just for you, Art. Okay. And then here, I'll post this too. But I'm pretty sure it doesn't mean anything, right? I mean, what do we know, right? The market is just going to keep going higher. Yes. It's just going to keep going higher. Yeah, right. And the bonds are below the neckline here. Now, try putting those three images together. Of course, he's on high alert. Didn't you see him this morning? This is Clyde on high alert after the bat mitzvah this morning. That's Clyde on high alert. All right. All jokes aside, this is really bad. This is not good because utilities go up when remember something. Why do people put money into utilities? They put money into utilities to get interest from yield, right? Interest and yield is what you do when you don't see market growth. You're not getting the big oversized returns from the stock market. Well, it makes perfect sense that utilities are in the crapper when stock markets are making new highs, but they're in the crapper kind of a lot. And you could see they don't stay here very long. And again, I'm all I'm telling you is this is a 10-year chart. You got to make your own conclusion. Do you feel lucky? Do you think you know more than a 10-year chart of utilities? This is a 10-year back test right here. And total put to call ratio, I promise you, if I was to go back 10 years, every time it goes below 70, it this is no good. These are no good. Hefe, that picture is hilarious, but these pictures are not. These are not, these don't look good for a Santa rally. Okay, I'm just letting you know. So let's see. We have no volume. We have no volume in the stock market the last week as we're making new highs or approaching new highs. The bond market, the long bond is breaking the 200-day line to the downside. Utilities are at a 10-year historic low, momentum wise, and put the call ratios telling us second time in a week that call buyers are getting ahead of themselves. I don't know. You're going to have to figure out the rest yourself. But let me ask you this: am I at least bringing all the? You know how I always tell you we watch a movie together. The movie doesn't change. The show doesn't change. But sometimes the actors get sick. Sometimes they get tired. Sometimes they get angry. This is everything I'm showing you right now is not pointing to a good resolution. Okay, VIX. VIX is starting to go higher after bottoming out here. VIX is up 6%, and I think it's going to start coming up a little bit because VIX is mean reverting. And this is not the mean for the VIX. I would imagine the mean would be somewhere around here or here. So this is not great. This is not great. Thank you, Peanuts. Okay. All right. Overall, momentum levels are actually steady. We're above 50% here. So we're not vulnerable in terms of momentum. We're vulnerable in terms of future projections. But right now we're holding on. We got more than 50%. We got 60 here. The Russell is good. We're not at 35% here anymore. We're at 57. But this doesn't all this tells us is that if we're going to go down, we've got some floor there. We've got a little floor, but that this doesn't reflect on how much or how or when or that does this doesn't tell us this. But this, you see this right here? Look at utilities. Do you see that? In the short term, utilities are overextended to the downside. Look, if you don't believe me, right here, 3%. Look at that. You could see how often but Roger, it's different this time. Sure it is. Yeah, yeah. You keep telling yourself that. Okay. Let's now talk about catalysts. What are the catalysts for today? And meanwhile, while we have catalysts, I'll go through the entire. I guess I didn't save the whole thing, so I'll just do it live with you guys. So December E-mini. While I'm doing this, you guys give me catalysts. Are these red flags? What they call canary in the coal mine? I don't know about any canary in the coal mine. I'm just telling you that I'm telling you right now that the market's getting a little bit tired and it's getting overextended and bonds are putting pressure on it and we don't have any volume as we're making higher highs when we're near all-time highs. None of that is good. There's nothing good so far that I'm seeing right now in the market. I'm just being honest with you. Except for momentum levels being stable, I'm not seeing anything great. Okay. And notice not one word of fundamentals yet. Everything is based on technicals. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. John says Asian markets, telecom, consumer discretionary. I got mags. Tesla and Netflix. I got mags. Okay. I got mags. That's what I got. But I'm sure as more things come up, you guys tell me more. Let me see if I update this, if it'll. No, it just deletes everything from me, I guess. Huh. I had it all highlighted and everything. Okay, we'll do it from scratch. So we're up this morning pointing to a higher open, slightly higher open, slightly higher. No, don't get too excited. This is randomness right here. This isn't anything too crazy. Let's see. Ulta did really well on Friday. Chip stocks did well. Warner Brothers. I'd be careful with the stock right now because it's going to become part of Netflix. So I would be careful trading it right now. Netflix agreed to buy it, right, Mia? You were happy about that, right? We're all happy. We're going to pay less for HBO now. Commerce Department PCE data index right here compared to expectations. It came out okay. Didn't come out too bad. That's the data on Friday. Personal spending was in line with expectations. Again, I'm just going through this live with you guys. University of Michigan was stronger than expected. That's fantastic. And consumer credit was weaker than the expectation. This doesn't move the market. Everybody's focused on what Powell is going to say right now. That's the big question. Federal Reserve, he's going to have a meeting on Wednesday. Everybody's expecting a rate cut. That's obvious, especially after ADP payroll last week. Investors are keeping an eye on the JOLTS. Job openings is going to be really important this week. Job openings is coming out. Where's JOLTS? Right here tomorrow at 10 a.m. FOMC begins. This is going to be the big report, and then we're going to have the meeting at 2:30. Thanks, Tony. Let's continue. Sorry, I didn't have it or disappeared, whatnot. We have earnings this week and I already gave you your earnings sheet. You should have that. We got Broadcom, chips, Oracle, huge networking stock. Adobe software, very big influence on software, and Costco, very broad market, and AutoZone on auto stocks and consumer discretionary stocks. Okay, AutoZone can move too, by the way. Europe is flat, not really doing anything right now. Definitely not a catalyst. China closed higher, stronger export, boosted sentiment, insurance and brokerage stocks. Notice no tech. Tech is not leading right now. Defensive stocks led. Japan closed higher. Yen recent strength, rebound property stocks, real estate, industrial, not tech, not tech. And here in the US, we have Tesla, which is a mag, and we have Netflix, which is a mag, and Marvell. See, I did not see this earlier when I was doing my thing. So chip stocks too. We got to add chips in there. Mags and chips. Thank you, Minnesota Matt. Chips. I didn't have chips. Now I have chips too. Chips. They just added this in the last 20 minutes or so after I was already here. And folks, if you don't have this sheet yet, here is the sheet again. And if you guys are a little late, you can rewatch this broadcast right here. Here is the link. Here is the link to customers to my Zoom room at noon, where I will be talking about top stocks, options, all that good stuff. Here's the link to customer service live. Yeah, we're doing okay on time. Going to be late to work again. My boss is going to be very upset at me. He's not going to give me a biscuit today. Thanks, Bob. Thank you for doing Bob's work. And I hope everything is good on the home. It gets better on the home front. This is earnings sheet, folks. I gave you guys all these goodies, and here's again the earnings sheet. If you don't have it, yeah, you guys have that there. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so we talked about momentum levels, equal weighted SPY. What do we got there? Somebody was asking me. I got an email from Yuri, one of our members. Yuri was sending me an email over the weekend, and he was asking me about why we're still holding on to trades in A-line that have been going against us below the 50-day moving average. It's because we have no bias in the broad market. This is the overall market. There's no trend. We don't have a trend in the market right now. If we don't have a trend in the market, then we don't have a trend in stocks. So we have to be a little more craftier. If we had a trend in stocks and these stocks went below the 50-day moving average, it would be one thing. But right now, we're in this environment. Let me just show you the environment we have. See that? Now, we just made a swing high, right? Look at volume. Here, I'll post this. I know some people can't make it here, so I'll just post this. Volume on equal weighted SPY is crap. So you see what I'm saying? There's no trend in the broad market right now. If the market was doing this and our stocks are doing this, that's one thing. But the market there's no bias to this market right now. And folks, we need something to go higher. Now, with the put to call ratio being at 70 and this being at a swing high right now, I'm very skeptical we're going to go higher. I'd love to be wrong. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to be wrong. I'd love to see put the call ratio back away. I'd love to see utilities back away. I'd love to see stocks making new highs. And I'd love to see VIX come down. But, you know, I want to be 6'3" and better looking too. You know what I'm saying? We don't always get what we want. I'm going to be 5'11". I'm not going to be 6'3". So again, low volume, chop chop. Market's not giving us anything to work with right now. When the market's not giving us anything to work with, that means we have to be extra defensive with the stocks that we hold. Okay. Oh, that's very nice. Very nice, Naples Fat. That may be a catalyst for IBM. Volume goes up when we go down and down when we go up. What does that mean? That's not goes up when we that's you know exactly what it means, Hefe. It means exactly what you think it means. It's called oy vey. That's what it's called. It's called not good. That's what it's called. I'll talk. And by the way, he's absolutely right. I wanted to show. He beat me to it. I was going to talk about that when we got into the main S&P, which is right here. But you could see, and I mentioned this too. Look at when we're going down. Look at volume, and look at when we go up. Look at volume. And okay, I get it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But what about Thursday and Friday of last week? I mean, this is very, very sheepish price action, and we still haven't taken out the high. So I'm very, very cautious here because there's only so much this can do. This can just kind of drift like this. The last 3 days, we've hardly had any activity in the market. Okay. Hey, Angie, good to see you. That's right. That's exactly Hefe. But that's exactly what it means. Shirag, you know what? If you ask me that if you ask me that, you know what? I'm going to try to help you with that question. Here, I'll answer your question right now. Here, you see utility stocks. You go here, utility stocks. You go to here. Here's how you do it. You go to XLU right here, okay? And you go to constituents right here. I'm going to post this link for you. And you go through all of these stocks and you find the strongest one, the one that's above the 50-day, 20-day, to 8-day, 15-day, the one that looks like the stocks that I'm going to show you in just a few minutes. But you got to go through these. Or maybe we'll find one on our list of stocks, right? But you definitely want the strongest one, not the weakest one, okay? All right, let's continue. So QQQ, same thing. Volume, look at volume, look at volume, look at volume going down and look at volume going up. Now, as you see, as you viewing this, just remember to put the call ratio. Put the call ratio back and remember it's back only a week later. So it's telling us that stocks are being pushed unnaturally here. There's just too much momentum to the upside that we're getting over ahead of ourselves 2 times in a row within a week. Look at that. You see what happens? Look, pow, and then we need to this is not sustainable. Folks, are you finding this session enlightening? Other gurus showing you all these goodies in the morning ahead of the day today? I bet they are. Here's Mags, by the way. Mags on Friday couldn't take out Thursday's high. This is not a good sign. We do have an ascending triangle here, which is really nice, but I want to see volume. If this can remain this way and all those things I talked about go to the wayside, I'll be a very happy man. I want to be wrong. I want to be really wrong about this. I want to be really wrong about this. And I want to be really wrong about this. I want to be wrong. I want to see volume and I want to see price picking up. And I want the bulls to negate all this. But, we all want something in life. And remember, today's Monday. Mondays are usually chop days. I'm just telling you how it is. I'm not really good. And again, notice something. I'm not really giving you my opinions. I'm telling you what it is. I mean, you make your own opinion based on what I'm showing you. Now, SMH is looking good. SMH is breaking out. Look at this volume. There's no volume. I mean, like no volume, like baby volume. So and we still haven't taken out the high. And I'm going to tell you something. If we start turning down from here, we can't take a pullback because this is the swing high. We need this to break out and then we can take a pullback. So if this breaks down, we'll have to wait for this to take out the high before we could trade a pullback. Remember what I told you, we only take pullbacks from swing highs. So this has to take out this or we don't have a swing high, which means we can't take a pullback from it. Oh, that's great, Bob. Perfect. Thank you, Bob. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very nice of you. And again, same thing with QQQ, and same thing with the mega caps. Same thing. I don't want to get through the whole thing because it's the same. It's the same thing. Oh, here's the line that curses. It is here. All right. All right. Momentum, internal momentum. How are we looking? Last week, we started looking pretty good. We have chips, we have technology, we have retail, we have energy, we have communication, discretionary, Russell, financial. This is still looking good, except we have no volume. So this offsets some of the negative I just talked about. We still are moving in the right direction. We're still moving in the right direction. The only concern I have is home builders are coming off. And you could see utilities are going to be here for a while since they're, in the crapper right now. But this is so far so good, but it needs volume. We need volume to come in. We need volume. Look at the last 3 days on mega caps. Look, guys, look, this is the last 2 days right here. And this is today so far. This doesn't look like there's a lot of directional bias here. And if you can't get up, it'll start coming down. And again, we haven't taken out the high. If we haven't taken out a high, we can't take a pullback. We got to take out the high. Okay. All right. So I'm not really that happy about all of that. In terms of momentum to the upside, let's see if we have momentum to the upside. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to be late to work today. We have some momentum to the upside. We do. We do. And we have some momentum to the downside. We do. We actually have some momentum. We don't have volume. We have some momentum to the upside. We have no momentum to the downside, which is helpful right now in terms of 90-day breakdowns. We don't have a lot there. But again, um, I, I don't like what I'm seeing at all right now. Let me turn on TC 2000 so I can give you levels. It just takes a second to start. My new computer should be arriving today. I'm a little nervous because it says signature required. I guess if you buy stuff from Newegg, it requires a signature, and hopefully my wife will be home today. All right, there we go. Loading last layout. It's very quick. See what the bond market's doing right now. Up and then back down. Not really a lot. Why don't we start with the bond market, okay? Okay, we got that. Got that. Got that. There. Okay. Okay. That looks good. Let me give you this. Thanks, Helen, for that update. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I do actually, from a personal perspective, I really want to see the merger because I'd love to see them in a better position. Okay, one second. Let me just post these for you. I know you guys like them when I post them, so I'll post them for you. Bond overnight levels. There you go. Oh, my wife. She's awesome. All right. Hopefully she'll be home today. Okay, that's the bond market. Let's do Russell 2000. I'm just going backwards today. Oh, my levels from Friday are still pretty good, actually. Look at that. I don't need to change much here. Very little changes here. Yep, that's about it, right? Actually, one more. Okay, right there. Okay, that's enough for the Russell. Russell 2000, small caps. And this week I'll go over my levels. I know several people have asked me to go over my levels, so I'll show you how we use these levels. I'll do it this week. Not today, but I will do it this week. Okay. Little of that. Little of that. All of that. All of that. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Here's SPY levels. Let's do QQQ. Oh my, look at that. Let's put that there. Put that there. Let's put that there. Put that right there. Okay. Okay. All right, QQQ levels and SMH levels. Remember, I don't want to do mags. They don't have enough liquidity at night. It doesn't really bode well. Plus, we have Nasdaq already, so you don't really, and you have SMH, so you don't really need all that. Pretty strong overnight too. Yeah, nice, nice. I like what I'm seeing with chips overnight. Okay, so that. I think Micron or whatnot, but there was a I think MR Marvell was up or down. I don't know. Let's see real quick. What's not Marvell? Probably Micron, yeah, if I had to guess, and Nvidia, if I had to guess. Yeah. All right, let's do. I think I'm done. SMH, QQQ, bonds. Yeah, we're done here. All right, let's look at small caps. I got to get out of here. Okay, one second here. Okay. All right, let's see. No, 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 no. I can't wait to launch the new small cap service. It'll be right around Christmas time or New Year's time. Okay, first one. It's a little too expensive, but we'll mark it up. It's right CETX, right at our $20 limit. So let's go here. Let's put it at 2075, just in case. Another one, huh? BDRX 1505. No, no. Yeah. They're a little more expensive today than usual, but hey, take whatever we can get. FULC above 1655. Sometimes they're $2, sometimes they're $10. We don't. WVE above 1460. No, 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 no. Um, DTST. Now, this one is making a swing high right now, so I'm just going to put a question mark at $5, okay? Now, remember, when we launch the service, I'll be doing all this and giving it to you on a silver platter, but for now, we're just kind of showing you some of the stuff I'm doing in the morning, giving you some freebies, giving you levels. No. Yeah. Oh, this is too expensive. It's not a small cap. Okay, that's it. That's it. You got it, George. Thank you. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Very, very nice of you to do that. I don't have to repost it. Thank you. And now let me give you my top stocks. Now, a few things. I want to show you guys a few things. When I was looking at my top stocks today, I mean, this is like a perfect stock, but this is under because of Netflix. But look at Walmart. Look how overextended it is. Look at IoT, how overextended it is. Look how overextended this is. Look how overextended it is. Look at where they are in relationship to the yellow band. Most stocks are not looking like this. Most stocks are not looking like this. Most stocks right now are looking like this. They are already up and they're violating the standard deviation. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this one looks okay. Some are looking okay, but look at like Dollar General, for example. So my point is a lot of the stocks that I was looking at today are way overextended, which is another red flag. Okay. But not all, but some of them are just overextended. So we got to be extra careful of that. Okay. All right. So let me give you shorts and then I'll give you longs. Okay. Netflix. When you start out with a short to the with a Netflix to the downside, it's usually not a good sign. Hey Mia, she's just sleeping. She's sleeping on the job. Oh, there you go. Netflix S breakdown stock. Some of these are good for day trades, and some of these are good for swing trades, just depending on how overextended it is. Good volume on these shorts, by the way. Keep an eye on volume. Keep an eye on volume. See, to the short side, volume has been pretty good. Mandela's too. They're obviously related. They're, related stuff. Both consumer staples. CPRT, again, volume to the downside has been better than the upside. GTLB, we've had this one for a while on our list. GTLB, VST, I think that's a utility stock. I would be careful with this. It looks like it could be bottoming out. I would be careful. There's better shorts for utility. Skip this one. Skip this one. Like this one, for example, Duke. We don't have to go very far. That's a much better short. It's already violated this level. It's already violated this level. Lower highs violated this level. This is a much high volume. This is a much better short. Duke, INVH, Invitation Home. Very nice chart. That's a very nice chart. Little low volume, but very nice chart to the short side. Now let's talk about the long side. I tried to be as selective as possible with you guys, but again, I would be very cautious right now. Albemarle, TJ Maxx. The fact that retail is strong is a very good sign, by the way. Fox A. Keep in mind, the momentum levels and all that stuff I was talking about, it doesn't take a long time to negate that. We don't need like 3 months to negate it. 3, 4 good down days, and we're back, to being on the other side of the fence. That's a little overextended from the 8 day, but still nice. Volume is okay on this one. Don't go for stocks that have low volume right now. It's a big red flag. That's what Mia would do. Volume. Look at volume. And volume's been low lately, so this is good. Volume is not as important for swing trading as it is for day trading, but volume, low volume here, very low volume. CRK, lower volume, but coming up. My point is, I wouldn't be throwing out the baby with the bathwater to the upside, but I would be a lot more cautious right now till this environment resolves itself, or at least till after the Fed announcement on Wednesday. And that's a very nice looking chart, by the way. See, this is what I want to see. I don't see a lot of these right now. I hardly see any of these. Most of what I see looks like this, a little more overextended, like this, a little too much. Even though this isn't that overextended, but too much. Macy's, another retailer, not overextended, nice volume, nice stock. Add this to my list, and I'll give you my conclusion in a second. Nice breakout after a consolidation to the 8-day. Okay, so I think the market volume is going to be lower than usual till we get to Wednesday. People are back from the holiday now, but we still need to see higher than normal volume. With the bond market breaking down, with TLT coming down, it's not a good sign. What I want to see is this. I want to see this start to come up here as fast as possible. I do not want to see this breaking down. Okay. I want to put the call ratio tomorrow morning, not tonight. It's random. Only in the morning you check this. Only in the morning, not after the market closes, in the morning when it gets updated. I want to see this in here again. I don't want this staying in here. Okay. And I want, most importantly, I'll tell you what I want. I want to see volume. I want to see volume come in. I want to see volume, and I want us to break above this area on volume. Here. See the mags? See this, the QQQ? Volume. I want to see volume. I want to see a breakout on volume. And I want to see VIX come down. That's what I want to see. I would be very, very cautious. I would be very, very cautious till the announcement. I would be keeping an eye on the bond market at all times for a bottoming out pattern or an extension. And I would be looking at volume at here and VIX. One of the things I'll tell you about when the market opens today is the ADD. I want to see if the ADD is above 1200 or just flat. Based on what I'm seeing in the market right now, it can open either way. If the ADD opens flat and just stays there, we're not going to see a lot today. If the ADD opens and starts really moving, it may be a surprise. I'll let you know as soon as I get into as soon as the market opens. We don't have a lot of positions across the board right now, which is a good thing. Part of me is bullish because of the market setup. Part of me is bearish because of the internals. I would say we're in la la land. We're in la la land for the next couple of days. Let's be cautious. Let's try to embrace two-sided positions, and let's not take big position size, okay? And wait for confirmations. Don't get FOMO early in this week. You will be rewarded if you don't get FOMO. Don't get FOMO. Don't get the fear of missing out. You want to know if Micron's a good short? Let me take a quick look at it, and I'll tell you right now. And then I got to go, or I'm going to be late, and then I'll get in trouble with Clyde and Matt. In no specific order. Micron actually looks really good. Micron needs to just get above this area right here. Just needs to go a little bit higher, but Micron looks good. We took a nice swing in Micron last week in the pit. Oh, and by the way, before I go, let me just show you what we've been really quickly. Really quickly. Here's how we did in the last 2 weeks in the pit. Went short Oracle, took a profit on Oracle, went long Apple, initiated a time spread on HPQ, took money on HPQ, went short Zscaler, made money on Zscaler, took profit on Apple from last week, went long Micron, gave a bonus debit spread on Charter, took a profit on Micron, took a profit on Charter, went long IBB, took a profit on IBB, went long Google, did a time spread on KR, Still holding the long position. We have 5 days of unlimited profit potential. If it goes up about $1.50 higher, uh, took a profit on, added to Google, took a profit on Google, took Reddit, took a profit on Reddit, still holding PDD bonus and KR long side. That's the last update for the last 2 weeks in the pit. We've had a 100% win rate so far. Thank you and come again. I will see you guys later. And here's the link to this broadcast if you missed it. I talked about Bitcoin, and I'll talk to you guys later. We took profit on Reddit. We took profit on Micron. We took profit on Apple. We took profit on Google. We took profit on IBB and all the other positions, and we still have an open KR with an unlimited profit, bonus trade, and that other stock that we have. And those are both bonuses. So, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you, folks, and I will see you guys later. Have a great week. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Every week's been a great week for the pit since we launched it. Bye, guys. We have a 94% win rate there. Bye, everybody. I'll see you later. Have a great day. Thank you for spending the morning with me, and I'm off to the races. Bye. Bye, everybody. Thank you for sharing your morning with me. Thank you. I'm a little tired, more tired than usual today, so be easy on me. I've had 3 days of nonstop action, and Mondays are usually my Fridays because markets are a little wonky. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. So nice to be here with everybody. So nice. Bye, guys. Bye, gals.